let's bring on board Kunal Botha as well to give us a check with regard to how he's getting feels of the market this morning. Kunal, what do you make of the move yesterday? What should one pencil in today with regard to the Nifty? And before I take your calls, is there a trade at play on the Nifty, the Bank Nifty? It's the end of the week, so trying to get a sense.
Thank you so much for that, Harsh. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I believe that there is a trade on the Nifty which is now coming up because over the last 1 month, broadly, we've managed to hold that 25,750 mark. We've been discussing about this, very crucial support level. And the fact is that every time we manage to bounce back or maybe a test to that 25,750 mark, we've seen a very good bounce back for the indices. Even yesterday was one of the cases where the Nifty on the first half an hour, first 1 hour managed to break below that 25,750 mark on an intraday basis. But then we managed to recover very, very quickly. And, we managed to see a good bounce back. I believe that the GIFT Nifty showing up a 50 plus point kind of an uptick indicates that the 25,750 mark is yet again a solid support for the Nifty over the near term. So keeping that as a stop loss, I think we could now be aiming for 26,000, 26,100 as an immediate target for the Nifty. So that could be a decent trade. The only interesting data point which I would spot on the Nifty was the after I think a gap of maybe 4 or 5 days, you're seeing for the first time that there's been reduction of open interest on the Nifty futures. That could be a first sign which could indicate that there was a bit of a short covering which was seen yesterday. So that could be a positive data point which we can infer from the index data points yesterday.
Kunal, how do you look at this trade going into the fact that there is a regulatory, a Bank of Japan decision coming in? Do you see the Nifty to be range bound, consolidating in this range of 500 points or so?
Yeah, so I think it's a good question because this could be a this could be a trigger event which the markets have been waiting for. But my sense is that the markets would probably have factored in that there could be maybe a hike in the interest rates over there. So I think the performance what we've seen in the last few days of the global markets and for our markets indicates that we've sort of factored in. And the fact that we are now coming back to that 26,000 marks, a midpoint on the Nifty, which means that we'll continue to grind into this 500 points range. So it's just that the markets are maybe providing some sort of a cushion by coming back to the midpoint and not being at the lower end of the price curve. So I largely agree with your point that yes, we'll continue into this 500-point band for the Nifty. The only change over here which could happen is if the India VIX, which is now almost at 9.75, 9.85, which we closed yesterday, I think if that starts to accelerate or show signs of, say, a breakout, only then can we expect that the Nifty will come out of this grinding 500-point range, which it has been going through over the last 2 months.
Okay, so tight market range is what you're seeing, Kunal, right now. Amid a range-bound market like this, where are you placing your bets this morning? What stocks are looking attractive?
So there are a few names which are looking attractive on the large cap front. Vedanta, something which you've been highlighting over the last 4-5 days approximately, I think is looking very strong on the charts. No major pauses for the stock price trend, but then the momentum is still intact. So we'll look out for 600 as a revised target for Vedanta, and stop loss could now be kept to closer to 566 on a trailing basis. The second is a buy on TCS. I think yesterday's breakout was a classical sign of a breakout for TCS. We've been maintaining the buy on IT call over the last 1.5 odd month, and I think now TCS comes back into the radar because after yesterday's move, the stock confirms a strong breakout above its 200-day moving average and the swing resistances. So that was something which was pending from TCS, and I think we got that yesterday. So we'll suggest the buy with 3360 as a target and stop us at 3,250.